Guys, welcome to the Religious Talk. Welcome to part 55 of the Religious Talk. Now, the next topic we're going to talk about is how we can stay faithful with Jehovah. The Bible is always tell us the truth about what is about him, and about what is upon or what is about what Jehovah said in those days. Now, our God Jehovah did say that the system of things will end, and will end soon. Jehovah, our God, said many ways that things that are happening now in this world today will all end soon. So therefore, we should always stay faithful to Jehovah no matter what. Okay? And another thing is, always keep scriptures in your mind. Never leave scriptures behind. Because scriptures always help you through hard times, when you are stressed out and you're down in the blues of the world, and there's evil upon many of those, and many things are going on in this world. Okay? But one thing you should always remember, always read those scriptures, because those scriptures will help you. Another scripture I have very mostly powerful that I was just reading just a minute ago, and I highlighted it. It's a really good scripture, and I think you should all read it, because this is talking about what's going on in this world today, and what we need to know. And God always open to give wisdom to those who want it. But those who don't want it, then oh well. And one thing he said about the devil, okay, guys, and that we should always do. And then what they said about the work, if the work is not done, the work is dead. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, is read my Bible daily. So I always start with Kings already. So let's get our Kings, and let me go to another scripture, guys, that I've been reading, and I highlight a lot of them, and they're points that do have something to do with the world, and explains how we can get out of that kind of evil in this world. Now, many of us are not perfect, but there's a reason why we have scriptures. This one is very important. It says, "Seek in his face and consider, remember the wonderful things, the wonderful work he has performed, has miracles, and the judgment has his pronouncement." Okay? Pronouncement. Okay? So what he means is always seek his face, okay? And considerably of remembering the wonderful work he has performed for us, and his miracles, and the judgment he has performed, he has pronounced native. So therefore, that's God Jehovah saying, that he that he wants us to seek his face, and he wants us to remember the wonderful work he has performed for us in miracles. And one thing about a lesson learned about keeping faith with Jehovah, always keep aligned with the scriptures, because never matter whatever happens in your life, no matter whatever people do to you, no matter whatever Satan tries to do or try to tempt you to do, you always have the Bible to look at. This is one another of my favorite scriptures, Proverbs. I love Proverbs because they tell good examples. This one is a good one. This one says to all of you that need wisdom, that to learn wisdom and discipline, and to understand wisdom, saying increases the discipline of that gives insight, righteousness, good judgment, and unrighteous upon righteousness, to impact with to the in in action, to the in experience, to give a young man knowledge, okay, and thinking ability, A wise person listens and take in more instructions. A man of understanding to understand perverse and a puzzle saying. So what is saying now? What Jehovah is saying to all of us people that don't have wisdom, that to learn wisdom and discipline. God Jehovah wants us to be disciplined, not undisciplined. You see those people in the world that don't want to follow what God Jehovah tells them to do, and they don't read the Bible because they think they know more than God Jehovah. They don't. And that's why we're on the wrong side of what it is. Because herefore, this scripture say that to learn wisdom and discipline and to understand wisdom. And what he's saying, he wants us to understand wisdom, saying to the qualities of discipline that give insights and say righteousness and good judgment. He wants us to have good judgment and upon and up righteousness, okay, and to impact awareness and to the experience. He said to the experience, people that are experienced with this Christianity work and stuff. And he said to give a young man knowledge. So he's talking about we young mans in this world today. He's talking about us having knowledge and the thinking ability. And he said and a wise person listens and takes in more instructions. Okay, a man of understanding, quality, and skillful directions. So he wants us to all be on the right path with him, but he also wants us to be wiser, and he wants us to have discipline, and he wants us to understand wisdom. Okay, he wants us to understand wisdom and saying to the qualities of discipline of that side to it to give insight, and that what he says is righteousness and good judgment, and he wants us to have up righteousness. And he said to impact those I don't know what that word is, sourness up to the experience. He talked about people that are experienced in the Christianity work. And he's talking about give a young man knowledge. He's talking about all young men in this world today. Not just me, all of you that are in this world today want to follow his example. He said, okay, to give a young man knowledge and thinkability. He wants us to have thinkability of everything. And also he said a wise person listens and takes instructions and more instructions. A man of understanding the qualities of skillful directions. So what he wants us to all do, our God Jehovah wants us to do, is to follow that path of being wise and being righteous. But also he wants us to be wiser. He wants us also be disciplined. And therefore he wants us to understand wisdom, saying with the qualities of discipline that gives an insight of righteousness, of good judgment, and of righteousness, and to impact the showeriness of to the experience, to give a young man knowledge and thinking ability. Okay, peoples? A wise person listens and takes instructions and takes in more instructions. A man of understanding, quality, skillful directions. So he wants us to all listen to him and follow his example. That's why I love Proverbs, because it's a good example for all of us who need wisdom upon our brains and upon everything. Because we cannot always think we're all humans. We can't always think that we're perfect and that we know more than God Jehovah. God Jehovah knows more than we even know. He's been on this earth for a million years. He even have a relationship with his son, Jesus Christ, the Messiah, for millions of years. And he knows more than any human that thinks they know anything in this world. He has been done through all that history. And all those peoples that would stay faithful to him, and all those peoples that did his work and did everything that he told him to do upon himself and of his righteous self. And like he says to us, he wants us all to learn wisdom. And he also wants us to be disciplined. We all got to be disciplined with God Jehovah. The only one thing God Jehovah don't like is undisciplined peoples. And that's what we're having today in this world, peoples. For example, we have people that doing stuff. People dress the way they want to dress. They don't listen to it and take Jehovah's advice. They don't dress what Jehovah wants. They don't want to oppress Jehovah. They want to do what they want. They oppress Satan. And therefore, that's wrong, and you should not do that. Because when God, Jehovah, says do something, you do it. And it has to do by the word or by the Bible or by Bible principles. You do what God, Jehovah, tells you. You don't do what Satan tells you. Satan is the devil. He will bring you in the grave. I told everybody from the beginning of the videos and all the other videos, and I want you also to listen to this. You need to follow God, Jehovah's direction. Satan don't have a direction for none of us in this world. Only God Jehovah has a direction for us in this world. And that's why I love this scripture I just read to you guys right now. Because this scripture is going to help all of your lives get better. And it's going to help you guys follow on his path that he wants us to take till the end of the system of times. Okay? This is what God Jehovah put in us. And we need to do it. And this is something we got to take serious. All of us think that, okay, that we know more than he do. No, we don't know more than Jehovah knows. Jehovah knows more than everything. He done all of this since he created the earth. And therefore, this word is true than everything that you see and everything you hear. You cannot listen to the devil because the devil always never tells the truth. And therefore, this word and this scripture I read is an important scripture because it touched on me and it touched on me in many ways because I am trying, okay, and I'm doing my best and I'm working at it. And that's why I have been always doing good in this world because I stay faithful to Jehovah. And that's what we all should do. And that's an example that God Jehovah sets upon those who want to serve him. Not those who don't want to serve him. Those who do want to serve him. And I want to serve him because I want to get baptized one day. And this is what I am working on to get baptized. And they told me what I need to do. And I'm doing it. I'm doing what they told me. The whole witnesses told me this. And I'm doing what God Jehovah tells me. And upon my mind, upon his word of what he tells me. And that's what we are supposed to do in this world. Not supposed to listen to Satan, not supposed to listen to what he tells us to do. Satan is a person that will lead you to the wrong path. He did it to Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. You know the story I read in the other video about what they did and what God Jehovah told them, and God Jehovah kicked them out of the Garden of Eden because of that. Adam lost his perfect life. Adam lost his home. That was the paradise that he was supposed to live, we were supposed to live today. But no, that's where he was supposed to live. He lost all that. He lost his friendship with Jehovah because of what he did. Because he listened to his wife, Eve, who misled him. And Eve listened to Satan, and Satan led both of them, and they led out of the Garden of Eden. But God Jehovah let them have their children. But now we all have their sins. And ever since then, this time, we need to all focus on his word. And we still got it. In the time, nothing has changed yet. Okay? Nothing has changed. We still got to read God's Jehovah's word. And we still got to go by his word. And we still got to meditate on his word, like the witness said, and we need to do what God Jehovah tells us to do upon his word, because we're not no greater than God Jehovah is greater than us. We're not greater than no one in this world. Humans have been around for a long time, and therefore that's why God Jehovah has the Bible. Way back in that time, God didn't need the Bible. God had his voice. And there he narrated his voice and people listened to it in that time. That was recorded history way back then. This time is different. We have to read his word and we have to meditate on it and we have to go by his word and his principles or what he tells us upon those times. He said about violence, he's against violence. God is against injustice. Everything in the world that's going on, God is against. And I'm against it too, because it's not my way and it's not how it's supposed to be. If you want to be right with God Jehovah, you got to be faithful, God Jehovah, but you got to be disciplined. And also, you got to understand the whys and what he says and you gotta be disciplined, and you gotta that's give insight, and you gotta be righteousness. You gotta be righteous, and you gotta have good judgment, and you gotta be uprighteousness. Okay, and like that's how you will stay faithful, Joe. So there you go, people.